Okay, guys, welcome to another edition of Madhouse Compilation Podcast. And as you can see, I'm joined by the glamorous Moshophe. How you doing?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm fine. So, let's say, for me, I don't know that much about modeling. So, let's say, I have a little sister that wants to start modeling. Like, what are the requirements that she must meet to join a proper modeling show?
A modeling show or a modeling pageant, because they are two different things.
I would say pageant.
Okay. A pageant, you don't need any requirement because they don't choose whether you are your body size or your skin tone. You just have to be yourself and bring your personality to the table. Then you will qualify to enter a pageant. But then a show they require a lot. Maybe your height and how slim you are. So yeah,
But
that's
for a
just
pageant
it.
is
For a pageant, you just bring yourself, Nje. No matter how you are, you just come.
before we started this interview, I asked you that this thing of modeling, is it a hobby or a career? And you said it's a hobby. Do you ever see yourself doing this as a career?
Yeah, if it brings me money. Yes, definitely. If it brings me money, then I'm going for it.
Let's say during a pageant, what are the things you do during the whole process, for someone who don't know?
In a pageant, they're very different, but then most common things is that we wear introduction. Introduction is where you introduce yourself and maybe you say your motto. And then we have the swimwear category where we just wear swimwear, and that's where you advertise yourself. You put yourself out there and just walk. And then we have freestyle where you just showcase your personality and how you would like your fashion sense. That's how I understand it. And then we have evening gown where we are formal and about to be crowned. Yeah, that's the common things. I believe I answered your question.
Yeah, talking about crowns, I did my research and I saw that you won the Miss We Own Things.
Yeah,
so
I did.
How was the experience of that?
Yo, it was amazing because after I won Miss Mukomen, it was I think 2 days, if not 3 days after I won Miss Mukomen. So it was it was surprising. Look, if you see my video when I'm background we on things, you would see that I was so surprised because there were amazing girls there. The competition was very tight, but then it was great. I was just grateful.
How many pageants have you won?
I've won 2, but then I have been first princess, yeah, Miss Personality. It was in 2018. I've won 2 though.
Yeah. Would you say for someone who never won, how would you advise them, what to improve, or what's the most common challenge that the people face who don't win?
I think people show the judges that they are nervous. Obviously, you have to be nervous. I also get nervous. You don't get used to the being on stage and people watching. You just have to enjoy the process. So a lot of people show the audience and the judges who they are nervous. So that one, it takes your scores down. So I'll just advise them, or they must just pretend for that moment, or you're not nervous, just smile or even laugh. I laugh at times. If I feel like I'm too nervous, I just laugh. So yeah, people show the judges who I'm very nervous and you mustn't.
So during these pageants, do you give speech?
Yeah, in the introduction, You introduce yourself, you say your name and your age, and maybe where you are studying, and then you say your motto or whatever that encourages you to be you. And then there's also a part where you answer questions.
From the judges.
Yeah, from the judges.
Like, let's say for all the women and the gents who want to join, like, let's say if they want to start like doing modeling, what, so how would they know about, like, I would say, the events? Because but I've never seen like a page or a poster about
modeling. Yo, they're there. What's that? Maybe you just don't follow up on things like that, but they're there a lot. They're there.
If you look in the right places.
Yeah, you'll definitely find them.
Like, how did you start?
My mom in 2018, she was like, hey, when you are very slim and I think modeling would suit you, plus you are too confident. By that time, I don't see much confident. And then we knew this other Chomia, my sister, and she was in those things, and then my mom talked to her, and then that's why I started Miss Personality. It's a thing, yeah, Namoy. It's a pageant, yeah, Namoy. That's where I started.
Let's say for someone who's watching, and for you, like, to represent your own community, like the modeling community, how would you advise someone who is like nervous or afraid to start modeling?
Just have the courage. Yes, just have the courage. Bang that gut. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for another minute. If you really want to do that thing, then go for it. You mustn't just think too much about it or think about the negative things. Just think about the positive things and why you really want to be in that industry or whatsoever.
I think, like, I have asked like the questions that I wanted to ask. So, like, why not you have something you want to say?
No. I don't have.
Before we finish this interview, I want to ask you about your campaign, Pet a Girl campaign.
Yeah.
So, like, what inspired you to start in the first place?
Pet a Girl campaign, it touches my heart so much because I really understand what primary kids that are starting their periods in primary would feel, because I also experienced my periods in primary. I'm sorry if that's sensitive, but whatever. So in my primary school, I lived with my dad by that time, so you can imagine a man. So when it started, I didn't know what was happening. I remember I would go to school, get 5 underwears, a tight, and then I would also make sure I wear a skirt. So when I sit down, I lift up my skirt and then sit on the table straight for it. In case if anything happens, then I'm safe. Imagine going through that every month in primary school, a grade 6-year-old. So that's where I felt like we need to educate our primary kids about these things. Yes, they do educate them a bit, but I feel it's not really deep into heavy flow, light flow, the size of your pad.
They don't really get
into that. So that's just why I started the Pet a Girl campaign.
So let's say I want to donate. How will I be able to reach you?
I'm available on Facebook, Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I do have it, but it's not active.
Your handles?
My Instagram handle is Moshophe r.Mooi. Same as Facebook, Moshophe r.Mooi. Yeah.
So I assume like there are like gents like who come to you and like generally donate, and there are those who take advantage of that chance, like to come to you and like to communicate with you. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's true. Hey, people take this as a way to just get into my life. But then I see them because if someone really wants to donate, They come in there, they greet you, the greetings, and then they ask you exactly about Pet a Girl campaign. They don't just go around the bushes. Now they want your tents, and now they just asking you every day, how was your day? Did you eat? Blah blah blah. So I always say, no, this one.
For people watching, from my point of view, like if you want like to communicate with someone, I think it's best to just go straight to the point and stop wasting time, because some people are busy out here.
True.
So any last words?
I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. It means a lot to me. Hey, and best of lucks, and thank you guys for watching.
Wow. Hey, come on, chipe yo na ka masite ni.
Ke to dia ka phado la.